AVC Sports and 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon present high school basketball. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Hey, very pleasant Saturday afternoon, everybody. We are at John Glenn High School. Howard Twiggs and Zack Chrisman. We're on the girls' side today, Zack, as it's the Lady Panther, or I should say the Lady Muskies of John Glenn, pardon me, and they take on, yes, the Lady Panthers of Maysville. Got my tongue tied there for just a second. Interesting game in the sense that, let's jump ahead a little bit, these two teams may see each other in a couple of weeks. They have an opening sectional game where Maysville plays East Liverpool and John Glenn plays Morgan, and the winners of that go on. So you wonder how much strategy goes into this game, because it obviously doesn't mean as much as it will in a week or so in the possible second round of the tournament.
For sure, Howard. I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of don't want to show your entire hand tonight, or today, I should say, this afternoon. I'm same thing. I'm used to being here in the evening. You don't want to show your whole hand here, but at the same time, you still want to get out here with a MVL win, and you're trying to get as much momentum as you can going into tournament time. So, yeah, I can imagine there's a little bit of strategery, as they would say, going into this game this afternoon.
We had a chance to talk to both coaches, Zack, and first with Coach Crane of Maysville, decimated by the flu. He's only dressing 7 players for this game. For John Glenn, similar situation that their numbers are down as well. So, we may not see the strength of both teams in this contest, but that may actually involve maybe some more parity of the contest.
Yeah, most definitely. And when it comes down to something like that, where you've got whether it be injuries, illness, whatever, you have to do your best to put out a squad that's going to come out here and get a W. And I'm sure Coach Crane understands that and is going to do just that today. But as we've looked out here onto the floor, both teams seem like they're running low on numbers, and dressing, only having a few subs and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'll definitely play a key part in the game tonight. Who could keep the fresh legs? Who could keep momentum going in their favor?
Well, also rebounding and depth, as you mentioned, Zack, will certainly be an issue. I think the officiating could have probably something to do with it. If it's a wide open game and teams are really running up and down the floor, then that depth factor may be an issue. At the same time, if it's a quick whistle game, then foul trouble with the depth. So, I don't think we're going to know a lot until maybe the second quarter as how this game's going to unfold, because really both teams about the same records, about the same numbers that we'll get into here in a couple of minutes. So when you look at it, a lot of factors still to think about.
Yeah, I mean, we could end up running into a situation that there was a college game a handful of years ago, Alabama. I can't remember who they were playing, but they ended up devastated by injury, illness, whatever. They ended up finishing a game 3-on-5, and that is something that we could very well see if there's a lot of fouling and a lot of stuff going on today.
John Glenn in the home white with maroon numerals and trim. Maysville in the traveling blue. Let's take a look at some numbers, if we might. For John Glenn, the Lady Muskies under Coach Gary Sigmund, 12-9 overall, 10-5 in MVL play. Good season for the gals from John Glenn. 6-4 at home. Offensively for the Lady Muskies, they are at 45 points per game. Defensively, 40.3. Their leading scorer is Riley Zabensky, 12.6, and their leading rebounder, Aubrey Larrick.
Yeah, pretty impressive numbers there, and like you said, great season, especially here in the MVL for John Glenn. Something that's definitely going to carry them come tournament time. And it's nice to see, having a nice solid scorer there in Zemensky, somebody that you can lean on at all times when you need to go up and get a bucket.
For the Lady Panthers under Coach Bill Crane, they are 14-6 overall, 9-5 in MVL play, 6-4 away. Offensively for the Lady Panthers, 47.4 per game, and defensively they surrender 41. Their leading scorer is Avery Daniels at 12.8 points per game, and also Miley Fulkerson in doubles with 10.1. Bella Van Way leads the charge on the rebounding side for Maysville at 7.2 per game. So similar numbers offensively and defensively, Zack.
Yeah, we're probably going to have a really tight contest today. two teams that are very evenly matched and seem to be, seem to be kind of in the same spot, both in the conference and just in talent in general. So I'm really excited to see what we can have happen tonight.
We are going to take a quick break here on NASH Icon. We'll be back here in a minute or so. So stay with us. You're listening to high school girls basketball from John Glenn. We'll be back in a minute or so.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon WILE Cambridge.
Welcome back, everybody, to John Glenn High School, where this afternoon's MVL matchup has the Lady Muskies hosting the Maysville Lady Panthers. And as we see Maysville, Zack, come back out on the floor, they have actually only dressed 6 players.
Man, that's going to be a tough game. Long afternoon for the Lady Panthers.
Yowza. Yeah, definitely depth foul trouble. We'll see. For Maysville, they'll go this way with the starting lineup. Miley Fulkerson, a junior. Chesney Carter, a junior. Rachel Gunderfinger, a junior. Bella Van Way, a junior. Sophie Dennis, a sophomore. So 5 underclassmen for Coach Bill Crane and the Maysville girls basketball. For John Glenn, they'll go with Brindley Caveza, a 6-foot freshman. Riley Zemensky, 6-foot senior. Elena Berry, 5'10" senior. Addison Paisley, 5'6" senior. And Aubrey Larrick, 6-foot senior. They are under Coach Gary Sigmund. So we expect an outstanding game. And when we return, we will have the start of the game. So do stay with us. You're listening NASH Icon, where this afternoon's game is brought to you by our many great sponsors, and we will also have the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game for both teams. Also, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finances will be bringing you the scoreboard updates. So stay with us. We'll come back and start the basketball game in just a moment or two.
Experience luxury and power like never before with the Ford F-150. Available now at Doane Ford. With its sleek exterior, EcoBoost V6 engine, and low miles, these F-150s are ready for any adventure. Enjoy modern conveniences like power windows, locks, cruise control, and a climate-controlled cab. Don't miss out on this exceptional driving experience. Visit Doane Ford today, located at 66870 Belmont Morristown Road, or visit them online at DoaneFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doane Ford.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing an exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Protect what matters most with Valentine Insurance right here in Cambridge. Whether it's your home, car, or business, our team is dedicated to finding the perfect coverage to fit your needs. We understand the importance of peace of mind, and we're here to make sure you're prepared for life's unexpected moments. With local expertise and personalized service, you can trust Valentine Insurance to keep you covered. Stop by or give us a call today at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Welcome back, everyone, to Saturday afternoon MVL girls basketball here on NASH Icon. Zack, Chrisman, Howard Twiggs, Bryce Haynes, glad to be a part of your afternoon entertainment. We certainly expect a good and competitive game, even though both teams, as we have outlined, shorthanded due to injuries and illness and all that. Zemensky will tap for the Lady Muskies. And for Maysville, it will be Bella Van Way, tip controlled by John Glenn. They have the basketball with Larrick on top, nearly a steal. Zemensky will pop the three. It's good.
Boy, talk about getting the action started earlier. Nice little set jump shot from top of the key. 3-0 already, John Glenn.
1-2-2 press by John Glenn. Maysville breaks it. They go inside, stolen away by Zemensky. Just starting. Up the other way comes John Glenn. Riley Zemensky on top. Guarding her is Chesney Carter. High ball screen, and Chesney on the pick and roll. Shot missed by the Lady Muskies, Brindley Caveza. Ball rebounded off to Maysville. Maysville with the basketball. That's Miley Fulkerson. Crosses over. Goes to the corner for Caveza. Looks inside, then reverses back on top. They swing the ball around, and they go back to the left corner. Then the high post, nearly a steal, but the shot coming up by Fulkerson is short. Here comes John Glenn on the run. It's Elena Berry. She will go with the left hand, missed the shot, and ball loose on the floor. It's going to go to John Glenn as Maysville unable to handle it. That was Chesney Carter off her hand, so Zemensky and the Lady Muskies will inbound underneath their basket. Substitution for them. Maysville's going to stay with Miley Fulkerson. Came off with just a second to tie her shoe. Inbounds pass, nice look, but unable to handle it is Addison Paisley. They will go on top to Zemensky. Zemensky has the 3-0 lead for John Glenn. Those are the only points, and they're going to call a player control foul on, I think it's going to be Zemensky.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. I thought, if anything, they were going to get her for the moving screen there, but apparently not.
Nope, they're going to call Brindley Caveza on the foul. And Maysville will have the ball. John Glenn in a zone. Looks like a 3-2 or a 2-1-2. Zone defense. Maysville 3-guard front. Looks around. Ball lost, goes out of bounds, but stays with Maysville. 3-0, 6:14 to go here in the first quarter. That's Miley Fulkerson on the inbounds pass. She will go on top for Rachel Gunderfinger. Shot not there, but offensive rebound to Maysville. And then back on top, another three ball on the way. Not there for Gunderfinger. Rebounded, then stolen away. Gunderfinger back the other way, makes the layup.
Making the most of the work there at getting the extra chance.
They're going to give the basket to Fulkerson, so it makes 3-2, John Glenn lead. Shot from the corner, not there by Brindley Caveza, but offensive rebound Zemensky over to Addison Paisley, and then back on top for Elena Berry. Zemensky, ball fake, thinks about the shot, instead drives, then kicks around the perimeter. John Glenn will bring back things and reset the offense.
Really trying to probe, try to find some sort of penetration here to get through this defense by Maysville here, but yeah, really just kind of swinging it around the outside.
Maysville in the man-to-man defense. On top are the Muskies. Ball kicked around but picked back up, and then a bounce pass inside and back around the top for Zemensky, and then a 3-ball on the way for John Glenn is good.
Nice shot. Very nice shot.
That's Elena Berry. It makes it 6-2, John Glenn. And I'll tell you, points in this one could be a premium. Maysville on the press offense. They will have it with Chesney Carter. And then the ball stolen away by Larrick. And here comes Zemensky, 1-on-2. Looks, brings it back out, and then goes to the corner. Back around the other way is Elena Berry. Inside Larrick will kick back to Berry. And then the ball on the left wing for John Glenn, up 6-2 inside to Larrick. Ball knocked away and stolen by Maysville. Here come the Lady Panthers with Gundelfinger. She will have the ball sail out of bounds and goes back to John Glenn.
Yeah, that's the right call there. Definitely out of bounds. Going to give the ball back to John Glenn, but on that last possession there, Larrick got nice position down low, but just couldn't quite corral the pass. Ends up getting it stolen away from her.
John Glenn facing the pressure of the defense by Gundelfinger.
Nice
they
pick.
do get across the timeline, and then a shot from the corner is missed, but rebound by Aubrey Larrick. Larrick will try to go back inside. Ball loose, picked up, loose again. It's Paisley, and then ball knocked out of bounds, but a foul coming for John Glenn.
Yep, had a little bit of confusion there as Larrick tried to whip the ball back out. Kind of got caught underneath the rim, hit the net, and kind of upset the basket there, but ended up landing perfectly in the hands of Brindley Caveza.
First free throw's good. 4 points for Berry. Personal foul goes on Bella Van Way. Substitution for John Glenn. Taking a seat will be Brindley Caveza. And one more free throw coming for Elena Berry. Got them both. She has 5, and the lead is at 8-2 in favor of John Glenn. Ball picked up, but then crossing the timeline with the ball and then losing it was Sophie Dennis. Here comes John Glenn back the other way to the high post. And then a 3-ball on the way from the right wing, not there for Elena Berry, rebounded by Maysville. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. In the corner is Gundelfinger. She drives baseline.
Nice pass.
And then kicks to the free throw line, and not there on the shot for Carter, rebounded to John Glenn.
Yeah, nice pass. Really liked the idea that they had there, just couldn't quite connect.
Streaking all the way down the floor, trying to drive inside, then a bounce pass inside is John Glenn. Shot up, missed, rebound Aubrey Larrick. She is fouled, will go to the line.
Already 4 rebounds on the afternoon for Larrick, being a quite the menace down there on the glass.
Sophie Dennis, personal foul. A couple of free throws coming for Aubrey Larrick at the 2:55 mark of quarter number 1. First one's good.
Another substitution.
Checking in for Maysville.
For
Becca Scott.
Maysville, that's Becca Scott, their only sub, we might add. Taking a seat will be Chesney Carter. Another substitution for John Glenn as Faith Hayes will enter the game for the Lady Muskies. 9-2, they lead, 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Second one on the way is also good. 4 of 4 free throw shooting for the Lady Muskies. Larrick takes a seat, and Brindley Caveza returns. John Glenn, 1-2-2 press. Inbounds pass to Miley Fulkerson. Fulkerson, reverse. And Maysville with 4 players on the press offense. It's Gundelfinger. They will swing it around, knocked out of bounds. And then stepping on the sideline is Maysville's Rachel Gundelfinger. And ball back to the Lady Muskies, up 10-2, 2:40 to go first quarter. On the defense is Rachel Gundelfinger. Crossing the timeline on the Lady Muskies with Faith Hayes holding out on top. The Lady Muskies, great pass inside. Layup missed by John Glenn, but offensive rebound, and Riley Zeminski swings it around on top for Faith Hayes. Faith Hayes, a left-handed dribble. She will drive right and bounce pass into Zeminski. Zeminski loses it, and the ball comes back to Maysville. 10-2, John Glenn with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. That is Miley Fulkerson to the corner, and then a bounce pass inside for Sophie Dennis. She tries to go inside and is fouled. She'll go to the line for a couple.
Yep, getting the ball down there on the left block for Sophie Dennis. Took a little bit of contact, tried to go up through and get the shot, but she's going to go to the charity stripe for 2.
All right, 10-2, 151, 2 free throws coming for Sophie Dennis. First one on the way, back iron. One more coming. And the second one as Sophie Dennis eyes it up on the way. In and out, rebounded off to John Glenn. Lady Muskies streaking up the floor with the basketball, Faith Hayes. Faith Hayes, crossover dribble to the right side. They look inside to the Lady Muskies. Ball back on top for Elena Berry to Faith Hayes. Again, they try to look inside for John Glenn. Cross screen from Zeminski and Kaveza. Can't get it inside though for John Glenn. Down to 1:15 and a timeout for John Glenn. Let's take a quick look at our sponsors for this game. Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Surgeon Construction, Wakefield Dental, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter State Farm, People's Bank, West 40 Auto Sales, Bradley Lending Team, and First Ohio Home Finance brings you scoreboard updates. And the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game will be awarded to both teams. So, Zach, your impressions early in this basketball game?
So far, it's been kind of a one-sided match here for John Glenn. One of those games where Maysville getting to the free throw line a couple times and not quite being able to convert is going to be something that brings up or rears its ugly head later in the game. Need to really get to the line as much as they can and convert on those opportunities if they want to keep this game close, as we said here early on in the first quarter. 10-2, John Glenn.
Addison Paisley has the basketball on top, swings it around to the high post, and then look inside for Zeminski. She will, miss the layup and knocked out of bounds, but it stays with John Glenn. So the Lady Muskies, obviously, as you mentioned, Zach, trying to go inside on the Maysville interior. They've had pretty good success. They just haven't knocked down a few shots.
Right, not only that, but some of the entry passes and things like that are being bobbled.
Inbounds pass to John Glenn, then back out on top for Addison Paisley. Inside Larrick, tries to go up and under. Good defense by Sophie Dennis. And John Glenn will dunk back to the high post. Bounce pass on the right wing and then back on top for Addison Paisley. Faith Hayes ends up with the basketball. It looks like John Glenn running a high-low with Larrick at the high post. And at the low post, Brindley Kaveza, but the ball knocked away by Maysville.
I got to be honest, Howard, that possession, I got locked in watching the Larrick and Dennis matchup down there low in the post. They are really giving it to each other and physical battle, running Dennis through screens and all sorts of stuff.
Ball knocked out of bounds on the inbounds pass. It will stay with John Glenn. 38 seconds to go first quarter. They lead 10-2 over Maysville. Inbounds pass from Zeminski. She has it back from Kaveza. Left-handed dribble, double teamed out on the perimeter. Stolen away, but stolen back by Larrick. And ball on the right side, and then driving baseline for John Glenn. Nothing cooking, though, so they will go back on top with the ball and Riley Zeminski. Holding now is Addison Paisley, down to 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. She is double teamed, loses the basketball, does Zemensky, and then a wide open layup try is good for Becca Scott. And that will end the first quarter with the score 10-4. John Glenn. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
And we welcome you back to second quarter action from John Glenn High School. Zack Chrisman, our Twiggs, Bryce Haynes. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon girls basketball here on NASH Icon. Maysville will have the basketball in the second quarter to begin with Rachel Gunderfinger, Miley Fulkerson, Bella Van Way, Chesney Carter, and Sophie Dennis. John Glenn stays in that 3-2, Zach. Maybe they sink down to a 2-1-2 if the ball goes low.
Yeah, I would say so, and just what I was about to say happens is trying to get some penetration there as Maysville gets it but accidentally throws the ball away.
So the Lady Muskies back with the basketball. They have Elena Berry on the floor, Aubrey Larrick, also Brinley Caveza, Addison Paisley. And they have the basketball out on top with Elena Berry. Maysville stays man-to-man, bounce pass to the high post.
There it is.
And then a great look in. Oh, the layup is missed by John Glenn. Great pass by the Lady Muskies. Here comes Maysville back the other way. And it's Rachel Gundelfinger, and she is tied up. Jump ball possession arrow goes to the Lady Muskies.
That was an interesting call there as well. You know, kind of lost all of her momentum as she ran into the paint there. Stopped on a dime, and it's going to be a jump ball.
2-2-1 3-quarter press for Maysville. Aubrey Larrick on the press offense. Reverses, and then a double team, but John Glenn gets ahead. They have the basketball on top. They will hold. They look. Looking for the high post again. There's the screen from Larrick. And Larrick has the basketball back on top. They swing it around. Do the Lady Muskies. They get the screen and roll again, but
nice
the
block.
shot is rejected. And a foul. You know, John Glenn's doing very simple basketball, just the high ball screen, the screen and roll. Maysville is just not protecting the roll person, so the support from the other side just not coming. And a couple of free throws. Nope, they're going to call it out of bounds. Personal foul goes on Chesney Carter, so John Glenn will inbound under the basket. They have it in the corner. Double team to the baseline. Again, double team, stolen away by Maysville. And they come with Gundelfinger. She will fly ahead to Chesney Carter, and then Carter back with the basketball. Inside look, knocked away, ball back to John Glenn.
Yep, another costly turnover here for Maysville.
Here comes the Lady Muskies, drive inside, back to the right wing. Ball picked up, and inside to Larrick. Larrick fouled, scores the basket.
Nice powerful move there by Larrick, going up off the right block, using the glass to her advantage. Got right around Bella Van Way, just enough. Hoop and the harm. We'll see if she can finish the play for 3 points.
That's going to be foul number 2 on Bella Van Way, and Maysville cannot afford any kind of foul trouble. Free throw coming for Larrick is good. She is the game's leading scorer with, nope, I take that back. Elena Berry and Aubrey Larrick both have 5. Across the timeline comes Maysville. That's Gundelfinger. High post to Dennis. Shot short and rebounded off to Elena Berry. Stolen away by Fulkerson. Ball kicked. And it will stay with Maysville. Boy, they had a great opportunity, didn't they, Zach?
Wide open, yeah.
Yep, 2-on-1, and the ball kicked away. So Maysville will have the basketball. It is 13-4 in favor of John Glenn. On top, Carter. She will put the shot up, in and out. Rebounded off to John Glenn. And here they come ahead with Addison Paisley. Paisley to the right wing. They look inside again. Another great look. Boy, they are just eating lunch down there as Brindley Caveza scores. Free lunch. Back comes Maysville to the mid-post area. And now they will swing to Fulkerson. She will shoot the shot, in and out. Rebounded by Larrick. Here comes John Glenn. Up big, 15-4 with 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Double team, ball to the high post. Larrick will shoot off the rim. Rebounded by Chesney Carter. Chesney Carter streaks ahead, goes to the corner, shot up for three, air ball by Fulkerson, and then knocked away by the Lady Muskies, and Maysville will have the ball underneath their own basket.
That was a pretty heads-up play. Becca Scott knew that, I'm not going to get this ball out of here as she takes the shot there, rebounded by John Glenn, but had enough wherewithal to throw it off a John Glenn player and keep possession.
John Glenn back with the basketball. Long shot from the wing, off the back iron, rebounded by Larrick and in.
Sixth board on the night, or the afternoon, I should say, for Larrick.
7 points, 4:25 to go, 17-4. John Glenn all over, another steal. Oh, that should be backcourt, yeah. But another steal by John Glenn. Zemensky will return to the lineup.
Number 13,
I think Maysville's going to take a timeout. Let's go over our sponsors. Wakefield Dental, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter, State Farm, People's Bank, West 40 Auto Sales, Surgeon Construction, WB Green Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, and Valentine Insurance. And Zach, to this point, the inside presence of Aubrey Larrick for John Glenn is the difference in this game.
Yeah, and this score could be even more out of hand right now if John Glenn could have kind of corralled some of those entry passes and things like that, or just made some bunnies here and there. But yeah, strong presence on the inside for Larrick, as we said, 7.6 rebounds here in the first half, as her John Glenn Muskies are up 17-6. Four, excuse me.
John Glenn has shut out Maysville here in this second quarter. So Maysville, pretty big hole to try and come out of, but
right.
Those things happen.
Yeah, and especially in a game like we talked about in pregame, not having the usual depth, not having all of the tools in the toolbox that if you're the coach here, Coach Crane for Maysville. But yeah, doing the best that you can. Would like to see maybe a little bit of urgency here in the offense before this second half ends. Maybe try to dig yourself out a little bit.
Chesney Carter. Ball on top for Maysville. That's Rachel Gundelfinger, knocked away. She will come across the timeline to Miley Fulkerson. John Glenn extends the zone defense. Maysville in some trouble. They'll go to the high post, and the shot on the way is good by Gundelfinger. It's her first two.
Yeah, nice jumper there by Gundelfinger.
17-6 in favor of John Glenn. And Maysville stays with the man-to-man defense. With the basketball is Addison Paisley. Miley Fulkerson on her, nearly a steal by Fulkerson. And then the high ball screen. They will go to the far corner on the pass. Ooh. Bang for Riley Zemensky.
Nice cross-court pass, finding Zemensky in the corner as she absolutely buries the corner tray.
Press offense for Maysville. They get it to the middle with Sophie Dennis. Dennis has the help from Chesney Carter, and then shot in the corner is a little long, but rebounded by Dennis. Oh, she misses the shot, and it goes out of bounds back to John Glenn. 20-6. John Glenn over Maysville. Looks like Maysville now will put pressure on the 2-2-1 press.
Yeah, they've run that a couple times here in the first half.
John Glenn holds. We get it to the timeline, and Zemensky, she is tied up. I think that possession arrow, yes, will go to Maysville.
Great defense by Maysville.
Catch John Glenn by surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
And Maysville now will have the basketball inbounded on the side, trailing 20-6. Chesney Carter with the basketball. John Glenn stays zoned. 2-guard front for Maysville. They will go out on top with Rachel Gunderfinger. And then shot in the corner for the three is good. That's Chesney Carter. Oh, and a steal by the Panthers. That's Miley Fulkerson. And a little run going for Maysville. Double team now. And where are we at? We're the timeout by John Glenn. Now, very interesting. So a 7-point run. It's 22-11 for the Lady Muskies, and they take the timeout.
Yeah, that's exactly what Maysville needed right there. Digging into this lead here against John Glenn. Nice steal off the inbound pass. And Fulkerson gets a nice, easy bunny layup. And before that, nice three-pointer by Chesney Carter. Great shot.
So 22-11 and a couple of baskets for Maysville. So much needed by the Lady Panthers, and the timeout for the John Glenn Lady Muskies.
Yeah, and it seems like Coach Crane picked the perfect time to bring out the full court press here late in the second quarter. Definitely got the turnover, got some points there, and at least confusing this John Glenn offense enough to where they had to take the timeout there.
With the basketball is Addison Paisley. Left-handed dribble to the left wing, and then a drive inside. Running shot not there by the Lady Muskies, Elena Berry, but she is fouled and will go to the line.
I almost thought she was going to put up a hook shot there. I think that was kind of what was going on in her mind there.
And that's the second personal on Sophie Dennis, so she needs to be careful. Maysville with 2 players with 2 fouls. First free throw, bounces in, bounces out, bounces back in for Elena Berry.
Just getting your money's worth, use every inch of the rim there.
Heck yeah, she is 3 of 3 from the line, 1 more coming. Sophie Dennis takes a seat for Maysville. She may sit the rest of the half. Second one, back iron, rebounded inside. Aubrey Larrick, misses the layup. Rebounded on the floor to John Glenn. And then a foul goes against Elena Berry. That will be her first. So 21-11 in favor of John Glenn, and they will again set up. This is going to be a full court press, 1-2-2. They have everybody up in front of the timeline. They get the ball to the middle of the floor, and Chesney Carter looks for the double and gets out of it with Fulkerson. Ahead comes Maysville, and then Carter wide open in the corner. They don't take the shot, my goodness. But then the long ball is good by Maysville's Bella Van Way.
Nice shot by Van Way.
21-14, Maysville heating it up.
I was shocked Becca Scott didn't take that three in the corner, but hey, she was right. She'll pick up the assist.
Excellent. John Glenn will hold now, 1:48 to go here in the second quarter, 21-14. Ball inside to Larrick and then back on top. Zemensky, bang.
Man.
She's got 3 triples. You leave her wide open, she's going to score.
Yeah, the shooting has really taken an uptick here in the second quarter.
Press offense by Maysville. Back in the corner. Fulkerson will take the 3. Back iron. Rebounded off to the Lady Muskies. They will fly ahead for Zemensky. Zemensky back inside on the low block. Turnaround shot. Missed. Aubrey Larrick on the rebound. Back on top for Addison Paisley. Stolen away by Maysville. Here comes Fulkerson. Misses the layup. Rebounded by John Glenn. And then the foul called on Maysville on the rebound. And that should be on Rachel Gunderfinger. Her first. Team's 4th here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Faith Hayes came down with the rebound and just got absolutely leveled as looked like Gundelfinger just was coming full bore right behind her.
24-14. John Glenn on top of Maysville. Down to a minute to go here in the second quarter. That is Zemensky, and she overpasses, and unable to come up with it is Brinley Caveza. And ball back to Maysville. John Glenn stays in the pressure defense. Maysville's done a pretty good job on their press offense.
Most definitely.
And that is Chesney Carter. Picks it up. Goes to Miley Fulkerson. Cross court. And Chesney Carter has the basketball. Gets across the timeline. Ball to the high post. Bounce pass inside. Knocked away, but then knocked out of bounds by Maysville. And back to John Glenn, thinking maybe the Muskies might play for one shot, up 10.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the way it's going to go. A heck of an effort there on that play by Carter to try and save that ball. Almost took some bleacher to the face there.
John Glenn with the basketball, down to 32 seconds to go. Driving all the way inside and then off to Larrick, to Zemensky. Zemensky holds on top, goes to the right wing. They look for Larrick inside on the high-low again. And Larrick unable to corral it, and it goes back to Maysville. So Maysville possibly one shot here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, it shows you how much faith and how much of a part of the game plan that Aubrey Larrick is tonight. She was double teamed, and there's like, you know, she's down there somewhere. We're going to throw it to her. She's got it.
24-14 in favor of John Glenn. Chesney Carter tries to get across the timeline on the double, gets there. And then ball stolen away by John Glenn. Zemensky 2-on-1. Will she take it the whole way? She will, but she is fouled. Should go to the line for a couple. That's going to be on Chesney Carter. That will be her second. And Zemensky's probably the last person you want at the free throw line if you're Maysville. She has 9 on 3 triples. Oh, this is the first one. Yep, sorry about that. One more for Riley Zemensky. 5.4 seconds to go, so Maysville could get a shot off. Second one, got it. She has 10. And flying ahead at the buzzer will be Fulkerson.
Oh, that was close.
Not there. So we have reached halftime here at John Glenn High School, where the Lady Muskies lead by the score of 25-14. And a good outing for John Glenn in that second quarter as they outscore Maysville 15-10. So at the break, it is 25-14 in favor of John Glenn. We will send it back to the studio for a few notes and other kinds of things. We'll come back with halftime numbers and our thoughts. So stay with us. You're listening to high school basketball on NASH Icon with John Glenn in the lead at the halftime break, 25-14.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
It's almost the end of the regular season for several winter sports in the Buckeye State. I'll speak with Tim Streed. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association on a new postseason basketball venue that's not so new, but will look new come February. That's next. This is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Tim Street is my guest. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. This was around Thanksgiving of last year where you guys announced a postseason return for boys and girls high school basketball to the Taft Coliseum at the Ohio Expo Center and State Fairgrounds in Columbus. Tim, we're only a couple weeks out from tournament draw for the boys and girls. What kind of preparations are you guys making to have a new-ish tournament site ready?
Yeah, a lot of preparations. It's taken a lot of work, Eric, and we still have more work to do. But, we had not had basketball at the Taft Coliseum at the fairgrounds in more than 10 years. And so certainly making the effort to get basketball back there has been a tall task. And we're almost there. I know we're going to get there. We've had many meetings there. There's a lot of physical structures that are being completed now. And think about things like a scorer's table, press row, bleachers for the students on the floor. We got the court, the actual court, and that was why basketball was not there, because they did not have a court. But happy to say that we worked with Ohio State, the Columbus Convention Center, and the fairgrounds on securing a basketball court, which will be used in other venues as well. But that court will be down for almost 4 weeks at the Taft Coliseum, and we're very excited to have basketball back there.
Just for those who are unaware of how something like this comes about, where you have sites that come to you guys and ask to have or host postseason basketball, how does that process happen? To where does somebody come to you, or do you reach out to other locations and then taking the steps to ensure that they would be prepared to do something like a postseason boys and girls basketball tournaments?
Yeah, it happens both ways. In some cases, sites come to us, and in some cases, we go to them. In the case of most colleges, we go to them and ask them, are you interested in hosting? Most colleges are, not all, but some are. And then we, if a university is interested in hosting a game, that's what they do. They are prepared. Our large high schools are prepared to host a bigger game. It takes a lot of people, it takes staff to put on a successful tournament game. In the case of the fairgrounds, they no longer had a basketball court, and they were not necessarily interested in getting one, but we pursued it pretty heavily and leaned on some folks with both Ohio State and the Convention Center to help secure a basketball court. And then once we had that, we were able to show the fairgrounds that we could help with all these things that were needed. And then at that point, their leadership was on board that, yes, they did want to host again. So, sometimes we need to do the lifting and, make sure we can get the pieces in place. This is one example of that. But we're just real excited to be back there. It's a historic, cool, old building. People will feel that nostalgia when they're there, and then we'll play a lot of games, girls and boys basketball, and we'll have almost 40 games there at Taft Coliseum.
Halftime here at John Glenn High School, and the Lady Muskies lead the Maysville Lady Panthers by the score of 25-14. John Glenn has made their way back out of the locker room. After one quarter, John Glenn led 10-4, and then the second quarter, they extended the lead to make it 25-14. Let's take a look at the scoring first for Maysville in the first half. They were led by Miley Fulkerson, 2 field goals for 4. Rachel Gundelfinger had a basket for 2. Bella Van Way had a triple for 3. Becca Scott a basket 2. Chesney Carter had a 3. And Sophie Dennis was 0 of 2 from the free throw line. That adds up to 14 points. For the Lady Muskies, they were led by Riley Zemensky, 3 triples, 1 of 2 from the line. She had 10. Also Aubrey Larrick on the scoring chart, and she had 2 field goals and 3 of 3 from the line for 7. 6 points for Elena Berry on a triple, 3 of 4 from the line. Brinley Caveza had a basket for 2. Faith Hayes did not score for John Glenn. And the Lady Muskies with the lead. Zach, what about numbers?
Yeah, the only thing really on my end to write home about here, Aubrey Larrick having a great day underneath on the glass. She's got 8 rebounds already here in the first half. I could see her getting into double-double territory here as the game continues on. Other than that, Ava Winland also 3 rebounds, Caveza 2. Moving over to Maysville, we've got leading rebounder would be Chesney Carter with 3, and then 2 apiece for Becca Scott, Bella Van Way, and Sophie Dennis.
All right, let's take a look at our list of sponsors, the great sponsors for this game. Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Surgeon Construction, Wakefield Dental, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter, State Farm, People's Bank, and West 40 Auto Seals. Lock 9 Pizza will have a player of the game for both teams, and also Bradley Lending and Team First Ohio Home Finance are responsible for replays. And Zach, as both teams are warming up to start the third quarter, I don't imagine things are going to change with John Glenn. They'll probably stay in the press 3 quarters to full quarter. We saw Maysville press a bunch in the second quarter. Maybe the same thing?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably what we're going to see here, at least early on in the third quarter. Obviously, as we talked about depth being a big red flag for Maysville today. Sometimes running in the press like that, you pick up a couple cheap fouls here and there. Although I will say that the referees today have been pretty laid back on stuff like that. They've let the kids play in that regard. But yeah, I'd expect to see the same thing. John Glenn is going to stay trying to hammer down in the low block in the post. And until Maysville can do something to stop that high-low action that John Glenn is doing, not to mention just the pick and rolls in general, I don't see a reason why John Glenn would go away from that.
Yeah, when you look at the free throw shooting, 2 for Maysville, 9 for John Glenn, 7 of 9 free throw shooting, and those are as a result of that inside presence and play for John Glenn. And again, I expect them to keep pounding it inside.
Yeah, and I expect to. We'll see a lot of pressing for both teams. We'll see a lot of zone. Maysville's been kind of running a little bit of a hybrid between, we'll be zone, a couple possessions here and then we'll go to man, then we'll switch back. Just trying to keep John Glenn honest so that they can't, really get on in too much of a role either way. But like I said, that low post action is what's going to determine this game. If somebody like Sophie Dennis or Bella Van Way, whoever can get in there and at least make it hard for Aubrey Larrick, that would go a long way here for Maysville.
John Glenn will start in the second half with Addison Paisley, Elena Berry, Riley Zemensky, Aubrey Larrick, and Brinley Caveza. Maysville, it doesn't take too long with only 6 players to figure out who they're going to go with. And I think that they will most likely have the original starters of Miley Fulkerson, Rachel Gundelfinger, Bella Van Way, Chesney Carter, and Sophie Dennis. Oh, Sophie Dennis will not start the second half,
That's
with
what we
the
get
2
for
fouls,
assuming.
yeah. So on the floor.
Interesting move.
Yep, for Maysville will be Becca Scott, I believe. Yep, will be the 5th starter. Maysville showing man. Pressure out on top. The ball inside, stolen away, but a foul called on a hold. And Maysville nearly had the steal. And the foul's going to go against Maysville. Oh no, they're going to call player control foul on John Glenn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit of a push in the back there as she was trying to get the entry pass, but guess not.
Yep, Brinley Caveza on the foul. Long pass for Becca Scott and Maysville. They cross the timeline. And Chesney Carter on top will go to the top. And shot by Carter is good. Or Becca Scott, rather.
Nice little free throw level jumper there for Carter.
Yep, 25-16.
Excuse me, Scott.
Yeah, Becca Scott has 4. And John Glenn looks like they're going to play very deliberate with a 2-guard front. And to the high post to Larrick. Back on top for the Lady Muskies. They are being deliberate. That's Zemensky. She will swing around. 3-ball on the way off the iron, but an offensive rebound and stolen away by Maysville. Here come the Lady Panthers. It's Becca Scott up ahead. Ball off the front of the rim and rebounded off to John Glenn. Here come the Lady Muskies back the other way. That's Zemensky. Bounce pass to Larrick to the left wing, and then a drive on the baseline. Shot missed, but Larrick on the offensive rebound.
Yet another board for Larrick and a nice up and easy basket as we get a turnover here.
That's Zemensky on the steal to the left corner, then another drive baseline, then a shot on the outside, not there, but Aubrey Larrick on the rebound, misses the shot, rebounded on the floor, and the foul goes against John Glenn.
10th rebound of the afternoon for Aubrey Larrick. She's already in double figures.
Number 33, Addie Paisley.
Addison Paisley has her first. John Glenn in the press. Ball on the press offense. Bounced ahead to Chesney Carter. Carter will go to the left wing, and then a shot for the three is good.
They're going to give her a 2 on that one.
Oh, they gave her a 2. Okay. So a 2 for Gundelfinger. 27-18 in favor of John Glenn. Ball at the high post for Zemensky. She will go, and a wide open 3 coming. Bang, that's John Glenn. Elena Berry. Double team on Carter. She's in some trouble. Ball knocked out of bounds, and boy, that helps a little bit because she was going to get double teamed right in front of the John Glenn bench.
Yeah, never a good time.
30-18 in favor of John Glenn. Chesney Carter on the crossover. Goes to the top of the key, and then the corner. Nice pass inside for Carter. And then kick back on top for Fulkerson. Off the iron. Rebounded. Nope, Zemensky's just going to let it sail out of bounds. And it will go back to John Glenn. They go back to offense. Maysville 2-2-1 press. With the basketball. The Muskies have it. It's Addison Paisley. Streaking ahead now is Elena Berry. All the way inside to Larrick, and then back on top. 3-ball coming. Bang! That's Addison Paisley. Wow. Big run going for John Glenn. 33-18. That's Becca Scott, Chesney Carter. Yeah, Maysville had cut into the lead, but then John Glenn responds.
Yeah, John Glenn really coming alive with the perimeter shooting as well here in the second half.
Bounce pass to Becca Scott to the corner. Nothing going inside. Stolen away, but stolen back by Maysville. They will have possession right in front of their own bench. Trailing 33-18 are the Lady Panthers. Miley Fulkerson goes to the corner, and then a bounce pass back to Fulkerson. Puts the shot up and scores it.
Very nice shot, especially being one of the shorter players here on the floor right now. Fulkerson goes down in there with the tall trees and gets one to fall.
33-20 in favor of John Glenn. They have led throughout. They will have the ball on the left side. They hold with Brindley Caveza to Zemensky, back on top. Dribbling the basketball, Addison Paisley. She swings around to Elena Berry. Ball fighting inside. Possession arrow goes to Maysville as Larrick was tied up with Maysville's Bella Van Way.
Yeah, it didn't quite have enough air underneath the pass there to get it over the top of the defender into Larrick's hands. So lucky to get away with the jump ball instead of a straight up turnover.
Maysville on the press offense. Bounce pass inside, stolen away by Zemensky. Quick hands. Here comes John Glenn. Back the other way, they will drive baseline, and then dribbling it out of bounds off her foot was Addison Paisley. Ball back to Maysville.
Yep, no pun intended, really shooting yourself in the foot with that one. Had a nice little fast break going there, but right off her own foot.
Oy. Bounce pass instead to Chesney Carter, and then stolen away again by Larrick. Crossing the timeline of the Muskies. Pass inside for John Glenn. Shot on the baseline is good. That's Addison Paisley. She has 5 this quarter, 35-20. John Glenn, 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And if you're Maysville right now, you definitely need some instant offenses. That's exactly what they almost got.
Pass, or shot missed inside by Maysville. Then Miley Fulkerson ends up with the rebound. And Maysville takes their second timeout. Fulkerson has 8 points in the quarter, so 35-22 in favor of John Glenn. Zach, what do you think Maysville has up their sleeve?
Well, I'm not sure quite what they're going to run coming out of this timeout here, but just looking forward here, they need to obviously tighten up the defense here and letting John Glenn have some open shots from the perimeter, especially that are falling here in the second half. But just need to keep better control of the ball, cut the turnovers down, and try to convert on some of those quick shots, easy shots that they get close to the basket.
All right, so a 10-8 third quarter for John Glenn has helped them increase this lead. They lead 35-22. Sophie Dennis has returned to the lineup with the 2 fouls for Maysville. And they will again press. John Glenn with the 1-4 foul line extended press offense. They get it into Larrick. Larrick holds, tries to reverse it, and then they get ahead to Faith Hayes. She is double teamed, gets the ball reversed back to Larrick, and Faith Hayes has it again. She will go to the right wing. Ball reversed. Hayes on top. Thinks about the 3. Takes it. Front iron. No good. Rebounded Sophie Dennis. Dennis looks for an outlet. Got it from Chesney Carter. Carter crosses the timeline with the left-handed dribble. Goes to the corner. And then a drive inside by Maysville, and a basket scored by Rachel Gundelfinger.
Yeah, way to split the defenders there and get one to fall up in off the glass. Nice take.
35-24. So Maysville still in the game. On top, Zemensky in and out, rebounded to Maysville Sophie Dennis, and then the foul's going to go on, I think, maybe Larrick.
Yep, Aubrey Larrick.
It's her first. And John Glenn going to back the press off. 35-24, so Maysville will face no pressure as they cross the timeline, down to 2:05 to go. 1-3-1 defense for John Glenn. Maysville to the high post for Fulkerson. Back for Scott. This ball stolen away. Ooh, just off the hands of Zemensky on the steal, but just tapped out of bounds, so Maysville will maintain control. Miley Fulkerson will be the inbounder. John Glenn, see if they stay 1-3-1 on the inbounds pass. They do. And on top is Maysville. That's Chesney Carter to the corner, and then a foul goes against the Lady Muskies.
Yeah, a couple calls going against John Glenn here in this this possession, and you could tell a lot of the ladies for John Glenn, a lot of head shaking going on. They don't exactly agree with it.
Inbounds pass to Carter. She'll shoot the 3. Got it. Chesney Carter, and suddenly it's 35-27.
Got ourselves a ball game here, Howard.
Streaking ahead is Aubrey Larrick with the basketball on the press offense. Great pass. That's Sigmund on the basket. And it's 37-27. Ball at the high post, swinging around. It's going to be Fulkerson. Bounce pass inside, Sophie Dennis. In and out. Rebound on the floor. Still loose. Tie up. Nope. Ball back to Maysville. Shot in the corner for 3's good.
Whoa. Nice shot by Gundelfinger.
37-30. Boy, Maysville hasn't been this close in a minute or two. Across the timeline comes John Glenn. On the floor, a couple of Maysville defenders, and then a look inside for John Glenn. Not happening. Down to 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball on the right wing. Cross screen between Larrick and Zemensky, and then knocked away by Maysville. But stepping on the sideline for the Panthers was Becca Scott. So the Lady Muskies will have the basketball. Couple of substitutions. Bella Van Way will check in, and for John Glenn, Brinley Caveza.
Some nice sportsmanship. Becca Scott came back over to the John Glenn bench, said, hey, sorry, guys, I just about took you out.
Ball on top. It's controlled by John Glenn, down to 30 seconds to go. At the high post is Zemensky. Zemensky holds, gets the high screen, goes back to the high post, and then a travel called against John Glenn. So Maysville with an opportunity here, 23 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Opportunity knocking at the door. Are you going to answer it?
They take their time with Miley Fulkerson ahead to Becca Scott to the high post. That's Gundelfinger. She is tied up. And possession arrow back to John Glenn.
That's definitely been the story of this second half. Even more turnovers here than in the first half, and wasn't sure if that was mathematically possible. There were a lot of turnovers there in that first half, keeping up with the trend here.
Maysville with the pressure, stolen. Ball up by the Panthers, Gundelfinger. 37-32. They will shoot at the buzzer, will John Glenn. Wow, exciting third quarter for the Maysville Panthers. And we will step aside and come back with the exciting fourth quarter, so stay with us.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here, at the Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Big third quarter for Maysville as they outscore John Glenn 18-12, led by Rachel Gundelfinger with 9 points in that third. So, Zach, we've got quite a contest going now.
Yeah, definitely. Maysville has clawed their way back in typical Panther fashion here. You like my animal joke there. Thank you.
I'd say you're probably the only one that really appreciates yourself at this moment.
You know, you got. If you can't laugh at yourself, who are you laughing at?
We can laugh at you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Anyway, yeah, good quarter for Maysville. And that is with the basketball. Becca stolen away by Zemensky. Zemensky's going to go one-on-one. Make the shot. Yep.
Through the contact. Nice take there for Zemensky.
And back the other way comes Chesney Carter with the left-handed dribble. Knocked away again by Zemensky. One-on-one one more time.
Ooh.
Scores the layup. Riley Zemensky making a difference, and bang, 41-32. Maysville had just cut it, yep. To the corner. It's going to be a long shot off the back iron by Gundelfinger and rebounded off to John Glenn. Let's see if the Muskies can get rolling here again. They have outscored Maysville 4-0 here in this first minute of the fourth quarter, up 41-32 now. Ball at the top for Elena Berry. She will hold against the Maysville man-to-man. Berry drives left, picks it up, goes on top for Brindley Caveza. Caveza swings it around. Holding is Addison Paisley. Looks like a double high post for John Glenn. And then stolen away. Here comes Becca Scott for
nice
Maysville.
Defense.
Yep, and she is hacked on the drive, and she'll go to the line for a couple. Foul on Maysville.
Talk about not giving up on the play there. Elena Berry charging, finally catches up to Becca Scott and is able to make her go to the line and earn her points at the free throw line.
Becca Scott, Maysville is 0 of 2 from the line here. Make it 0 of 3 as she misses the front end. Sophie Dennis returns, and taking a seat will be Chesney Carter for Maysville. One more free throw coming for Becca Scott. She has 4 points in the game. Second one on the way. Got it. Maysville, let's see. Are they going to press? They're going to, looks like, pick up straight man-to-man. Are the Lady Panthers. 6:25 to go. 41-33 in favor of John Glenn. Back down the floor comes John Glenn. It's Zemensky holding out on top. Tries to get the high ball screen. Got it. Will take the long three air ball, but rebounded off to John Glenn. And driving baseline shot not good for the Lady Muskies, Addison Paisley. And they will kick ahead, and ball knocked out of bounds by John Glenn. Maysville with another chance here to cut it. They have trailed by 7, and now they are down 8, but they have the basketball. Substitution for John Glenn.
Zeminski going to come out here as Ava Winland.
Yep,
Yes.
Ava Winland on the substitution. And ball to the high post. Wide open shot for Maysville. Missed and rebounded off to John Glenn.
John Glenn going to run it down the length of the floor here, take a jumper.
Yep, off the iron, not there. Rebounded off to Maysville. Here come the Lady Panthers. Trailing 41-33, 5:30 to go. John Glenn back to the zone that they opened with. Sophie Dennis on the baseline. Misses the shot, rebounded to Maysville. Long shot on the way is perfect. That's Rachel Gundelfinger, 41-36. How about that?
Yeah, Gundelfinger's been great for Maysville tonight, hitting lots of baskets and keeping them alive.
Kick as trying to drive inside was Addison Paisley. And Chesney Carter will re-enter for Maysville for Sophie Dennis. 41-36. John Glenn over Maysville, 5:09 to go, fourth quarter. Big comeback by Maysville. Bounce pass inside, tie up, but finally retrieved by the Lady Muskies. And then the shot inside and the foul, so going to the line for a couple will be Elena Berry.
Yep, found Elena Berry down there on the block, but just couldn't quite get her hands up fast enough to get the shot before she was had Maysville defenders all over her.
Couple of free throws coming. First one's good for Elena Berry. She has 10 points. And one more free throw coming for Berry. 42-36 in favor of John Glenn. Second one, also good. She is in doubles. Maysville comes back the other way with Miley Fulkerson on top to Gundelfinger. Gundelfinger swing to Fulkerson. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by John Glenn. Here comes Zemensky in the gang, crossing the timeline with the left-handed dribble. Picks it up, goes on top for teammate Addison Paisley. Paisley holds, swings over to Zemensky, down to 4:35 to go, fourth quarter. And John Glenn driving inside all the way to the basket and then hacked is John Glenn, and that's going to be a foul, I think. Chesney Carter.
Bella Van Way.
Bella Van Way, so that's her third. And a couple of free throws coming for the Lady Muskies. Is that Elena Berry again? Yes, sir. She is 5 of 6 from the free throw line here in the game. First one, got it. Good free throw shooting for Elena Berry.
Always nice to see a steady hand there at the line.
Yep, she has 12. 44-36 in favor of John Glenn here in fourth quarter action, 4:31 to go. Second one, got it. So her and Zemensky have combined for 8 points in this fourth quarter. On top is Chesney Carter. She drives inside, tied up, bounce pass to the high post, and then Gundelfinger will shoot another three. Misses the shot, saved inside for Maysville, and the putback for Bella Van Way, and a timeout Maysville. So sponsors for this one are Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Surgeon Construction, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter, State Farm, Doan Ford, Wakefield Dental. Our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game will be for one player from each team, and the Bradley lending team with First Ohio is always responsible for scoreboard updates. So Zack, Maysville hanging around. They're down 9.
Yeah, John Glenn doing just enough to kind of keep them at arm's length here. Haven't let them get too close, but the door is definitely open here for Maysville to take advantage of the end of this fourth quarter and really turn this into a closer ball game even than it is now. And if they could just cut, I know I've said it a couple times already, if they could just cut down on those turnovers, be a little more deliberate with the basketball, I think that they can make it happen.
All right, so 45-38, 7-point lead for John Glenn. Maysville comes out of the timeout. John Glenn will inbound the length of the floor. Nope, they're going to put it on the side for. Nope, yep, okay.
Right the first time.
Yeah, got it. They will run the baseline on the inbounds pass. Long pass for Zemensky on the fly, and she will spin around, take the shot, draw the contact, and be fouled by Bella Van Way, and that will be her 4th. Zemensky will step to the line.
I know Bella Van Way has been very good for them on the offensive side of the floor here. I'm kind of surprised that Sophie Dennis isn't coming in to check in for her, having that many fouls. I know we only have a couple minutes left, but even still, and there it happens.
Just as you speak, she will come in for Van Way, so Bella Van Way will sit with the 5 points. And Zemensky, 1 free throw made, 1 more coming. She has 5 points here in this fourth quarter. Second one off the iron, rebounded by Maysville. Then an over-the-top call goes against Maysville. That's Brinley Caveza. And that is her 3rd foul. Ball in the hands of Maysville. That's Chesney Carter. Crosses the timeline in the middle of the floor. John Glenn sits in that 3-2 zone that drops to a 2-1-2. On top, Fulkerson to Gundelfinger off her hands. Ball back to Maysville.
Yep, right idea. Trying to find Gundelfinger there in the left corner closest to us here, so she can get a shot off, but just can't quite corral it.
46-38, John Glenn with the lead and the basketball. Dribbling across the timeline for the Muskies is Addison Paisley. Paisley, left-handed dribble, picks it up. Nope, crosses over. Trying to find a teammate, now picks it up. And losing the basketball, but picked up by Zemensky, and a timeout by John Glenn before the layup. So John Glenn in a little bit of a confused state there, Zach. And they take the timeout.
Yeah, I totally see why we had the timeout was called there, but some nice ball handling there by Addison Paisley. Lots of behind the backs and keeping the ball away from the defender. That was actually pretty slick. But yeah, couldn't quite seem to find anybody open to get rid of it to.
46-38, John Glenn with the lead. And they will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. So big fourth quarter for Riley Zemensky. She has 4 points for Elena Berry. They're the only ones who have scored here in this fourth quarter. 10 points, so 15 for Zemensky in the game, and 13 for Elena Berry. And then also in doubles make it 9 for Aubrey Larrick. So close to having 3 players in double figures for the Lady Muskies.
Yeah, and I expect if John Glenn is going to hold on and maintain this lead and shut the door here on Maysville, I would expect a heavy dose of Zemensky and Larrick. They've been 2 great players for them tonight, and also with Barry and her shooting. So lots of options. If you're John Glenn, you don't have to become totally one-dimensional.
3:29 to go in the basketball game. Inbounding the ball for John Glenn will be Riley Zemensky. Nope, make it Addison Paisley, the inbounder. Zemensky will be on the mid-post for the inbound entry. Gets the bounce pass tied up, picked up by Sophie Dennis, and she is fouled.
That one was a little ticky-tacky, I think, but,
yeah,
you're going to have that.
That's on Aubrey Larrick. That's her second. 46-38 in favor of John Glenn. Maysville, they have the basketball. Gundelfinger swings around to the baseline for Carter, has it stolen away. Here comes Riley Zemensky across the timeline. She is double, nearly loses, but gets help from Larrick. Larrick over to Addison Paisley. She will hold now, dribble left, and back over to Zemensky. Ball in the hands now again with Paisley. She will drive left and drive inside, then to the goal. She throws it away. She tried to hit the pass to the left corner for Elena Berry.
Yeah, she was wide open, and it had been wide open for a minute there. Finally try to get over there and get her the ball, but thrown almost completely through the doorway and out of bounds.
Miley Fulkerson crosses the timeline with the right-handed dribble to Chesney Carter, back to Fulkerson. They swing the ball around. It's Gundelfinger. She'll shoot the three off the iron, but rebounded inside. Fulkerson, great bounce pass to Dennis, misses the shot. Rebounded by Zemensky. Zemensky flying ahead, down to 2:20 to go. With the basketball, Addison Paisley. Paisley dribbles on top. Oh, she throws it out of bounds. Ooh, who wants this one, Zach?
Right. I don't want it. You take it. No, you take it.
46-38 in favor of John Glenn. Miley Fulkerson, basketball in her hand, thinks about the three, and goes to Carter, back to Fulkerson. Now she will take the three. Got it.
Man, that was from deep, too. Nice shot.
46-41.
Maysville bringing the press back.
Yep. Double team in the corner, trying to dribble out. Then they get some assistance from Addison Paisley. They go inside, knocked away by Chesney Carter for Maysville. 46-41, 1:47 to go here in the basketball game.
That is one thing I will say about both of these teams, both very active in the passing lanes on defense. Lots of tip passes and turnovers just that way.
Zemensky to the baseline, and then a shot from the free throw line is good. Brindley Caveza makes the basket, big basket for John Glenn. Ball knocked around and will stay with Maysville, so Lady Panthers down 7, 1:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. They go to the high post, and Sophie Dennis back to Chesney Carter. Carter drives left, goes back. Fulkerson three ball on the way is good, but what are we going to get? Oh, that could be a tough call. Basket's good for Fulkerson, but then an offensive foul called on somebody on Maysville. Foul is on Sophie Dennis, her third. Okay, 48-44. Where's the ball going to be? It's going to be back to Maysville on the press. Wow. 1:15 to go. This is so exciting. 48-44, John Glenn with the 4-point lead. Closest they have been Maysville in quite some time, Zach.
Probably since the opening quarter.
And a timeout for Maysville. All right, so what are the Panthers going to set up? We're going to take a quick break. When we find out, we'll be right back.
Doan Ford is proud to introduce the ultimate adventure companion, the Bronco 4-door advanced 4x4 Badlands. With a powerful 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine and 7-speed manual transmission, conquer any terrain with confidence. Featuring a soft-top 4-inch lift and massive 35-inch tires. Adventure knows no bounds. Stay connected and in control with an 8-inch digital screen while enjoying added convenience with power-heated mirrors and auto high-beam headlamps. Plus equipped with a Smitty-built winch. Be prepared for any challenge. Don't miss out on this incredible deal. DoanFord.com.
All right, we are at the fourth quarter junction, and it's a critical time for both teams, Zach, as Maysville has really come back, and they trail now just by 4 points here. And I tell you what, the Panthers, give them credit. They have not quit in this one understaffed.
No, they have not, and they've really shown a lot of heart and a lot of grit to not only stay in this basketball game, but now to be only beat down 4 points. And the way that both teams have played, John Glenn's kind of unraveled here lately, turning the ball over a bunch, and Maysville just seems to have the number right now, and lots of great defense, and as they're going to inbound the ball right now off of the offensive foul.
48-44, 1:15 to go. Maysville with the basketball. In the corner, driving baseline is Fulkerson. On top, Carter will shoot the three, front iron. Rebounded on the floor to Alaric. She is tied up and a foul called on Maysville. That's on Chesney Carter, her third. And that's going to put the Lady Muskies at the free throw line, Aubrey Alaric, where she is 3 of 3 from the stripe. A couple of big free throws coming for her with 1:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Her team leads by 4. First one on the way, good. Good free throw shooter.
Yeah, make that a double-double for her. 10 points on the night, 11 rebounds.
Yep, she's in the running for our player of the game, as are Zemensky and Barry. Second one, back iron, and falls in. 2 big free throws for Aubrey Alaric. Back comes Maysville, down 6. 3 ball on the way is good. That's Miley Fulkerson. That's her third triple in the fourth quarter, 50-47. John Glenn with the basketball. They're trying to get out of the cage right here. Tie up. Possession arrow goes to who? Wait a minute. The trail official's going to call something. What? The trail official is going to say that John Glenn got a timeout.
Oh, wow.
Before the tie-up. And so they're going to go on a full timeout, will the Lady Muskies, 50-47 in favor of John Glenn. All right, wow.
And that's a bit of a demoralizer there for if you're Maysville. Getting that turnover there, the jump ball, excuse me, and getting possession of the ball, but now to find out that is all for naught.
No kidding. So the Maysville Panthers thought they had a tie-up and the possession arrow their way. Instead, John Glenn alertly gets the timeout. And let's see what the remaining under a minute play has for both teams. 50-47, John Glenn with the lead. And they will have the ball inbounding on the side in front of the Maysville bench. Maysville will be in the straight man-to-man. They get it into Larrick. Larrick holds, looks for help, and then steps out of bounds.
Oh, man.
No help coming for John Glenn.
Nobody was moving at all.
50-47.
Larrick tried to plead her case that she was pushed out by Dennis, but that did not seem to take.
Inbounds pass to Chesney Carter. Carter to the corner. That's Fulkerson on the drive, scores the basket.
50-49.
Ouch, what a comeback. And then what now? An offensive foul goes against John Glenn. Is that?
Wow.
On Elena Barry, 26 seconds to go. As that came out of nowhere, did it not?
Maysville hyped up, as you should be.
Wow.
Did not have that one on my bingo card for the last 20 seconds here, Howard.
No, did not expect the driving baseline shot by Fulkerson, but then on the inbounds pass, I guess what, a hip check or an elbow,
yeah.
or a headbutt, or
a little bit of a forearm shiver.
Trip, kick, a figure four, something
figure four.
going against John Glenn. And hey, the official called it, so Maysville, big time break there. They trail by 1. And I got to figure they're going to probably play for 1. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that'd be the way that I would play it, and the way that you're getting some of your shooters like Fulkerson, Scott, and Carter, and Gundelfinger. I mean, they've got a handful of gals right now that can hit this shot, especially only being down 1 point. It's not like you have to hit a dagger 3 from deep. Run your offense. You've got plenty of time, 26 seconds here, to get a nice, clean shot.
So Maysville and Chesney Carter will inbound under their own basket, trailing by 1 with 26 seconds to go. There you go, stolen away by John Glenn and Aubrey Larrick. Here comes Riley Zemensky. Zemensky down to 20 seconds and a foul called on Maysville. That's going to be on Rachel Gundelfinger, and it will send Zemensky to the line for a couple of free throws.
Well, Gundelfinger realized, with this little amount of time and them having the ball down here on their side of the court, you can't just let her dribble it out. You gotta foul intentionally here to send her to the line and stop the clock.
2 free throws coming for Zemensky. Got the first one.
Clutch free throw.
Yep, one more coming. That makes it 51-49 for John Glenn. Second one on the way. Got them both. Big clutch free throws for Riley Zemensky. Aubrey Larrick will step out for
Looks like Zemensky.
Maysville, yep.
Zemensky really holding that right hip of hers. She's kind of limping on it a little bit.
52-49. Maysville needs a 3. That's Fulkerson. She'll shoot the 3. Front iron. Rebounded on the floor to John Glenn. The Muskies try to dribble it out, and they will go to the line with 5 seconds to go here in the basketball game.
Yep, this could very much end it right here if we can go to the line and put these free throws down. Looks like they're going to send Elena Berry, one of the couple seniors here on this John Glenn Lady Muskies squad. We'll see if she can end this game and put it on ice.
Yep, with 5.1 seconds. First one's good.
Boom.
Elena Berry, she is 5 of 5 here in the fourth quarter at the free throw line. 53-49, second one, got it.
Very nice.
And as you say, that's going to probably seal the deal. Maysville comes back the other way. They'll launch at the buzzer, and that will do it.
That'll be game.
54-49 final score. So great effort by Maysville, great comeback. And for John Glenn, just a great win because they had the comfortable lead and they held on. Give them credit.
Yep, almost let it slip away from them there, but they're going to come out of this with the 54-49 win here in MVL play.
Yep, so we will step aside. When we return, we'll add up the final numbers and say goodbye from John Glenn High School, where this afternoon's game ends up 54-49 victory for John Glenn. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121. Follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client, you're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Stoney's RV Center is the place that makes buying a new RV easy. Ask about their on-site financing with very affordable payments, and they make on-site camper service calls to the area campgrounds. Stoney's RV also carries cargo trailers, car haulers, horse and stock trailers, and open utility trailers. They install hitch systems and fill propane tanks too. Stoney's RV Center, the place that takes camping to the next level, and a proud sponsor of our area high school sports teams.
Surgeon Construction is leading the way in commercial and industrial construction. This is Jason Emsch, and we are committed to providing exceptional construction experience from pre-construction through project completion. Our success is measured by exceeding our clients' expectations. See our past and previous projects at Cambridge YMCA and New Educational Center at Jurassic Park and FMJ Shooting Range, just to name a few. Find us online at surgeon.construction and like us on Facebook.
Surgeon Construction. We'll take it from here.
Protect what matters most with Valentine Insurance right here in Cambridge. Whether it's your home, car, or business, our team is dedicated to finding the perfect coverage to fit your needs. We understand the importance of peace of mind, and we're here to make sure you're prepared for life's unexpected moments. With local expertise and personalized service, you can trust Valentine Insurance to keep you covered. Stop by or give us a call today at 260-6699. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
Looking for trusted dental care for the whole family? Dr. Darcy Wakefield and the team at Wakefield Dental have you covered. From pediatric to general and orthodontic care, they offer a full range of services. At Wakefield Dental, they focus on individualized treatment plans that not only create beautiful smiles, but build lasting confidence. Schedule your consultation today. Call 740-435-3100 or go to drwakefieldDDS.com.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
All right, exciting MVL girls action from John Glenn High School, where the final score ends up John Glenn 54 and Maysville 49. John Glenn led throughout, Zach, but great comeback by the Lady Panthers, especially in that fourth quarter where they had actually cut it to 1.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. And if you would have told me at the beginning of the game that this is the exciting finish we were going to get, I don't know if I would have believed you. It was kind of a sloppy start to the game on both ends, but John Glenn getting up to a nice early lead there, but Maysville didn't give up. Got their way all the way back to within, I believe, 1 was the smallest margin there in the waning seconds of the game. But yeah, hit some big shots. Did great on the glass there for Maysville, but just wasn't quite enough to get them up to the mountaintop here against John Glenn.
After one quarter, John Glenn led 10-4. At the break, the Lady Muskies were up 25-14. After 3, 37-32. And seemingly, John Glenn was on their way, but a great comeback by Maysville, led by Miley Fulkerson's 3 triples in that fourth quarter, kept Maysville right around. But again, John Glenn with excellent free throw shooting in that fourth quarter, as they were 11 of 12 from the stripe in the fourth to nail the win.
Well, and that's another thing that kind of hurt Maysville tonight, just across the board throughout the entire game. Didn't exactly take advantage of all of their free throw attempts that they got, and then some of the shorter misses, around the bucket, definitely could have been something to keep them in the game and even help them win it tonight. But just couldn't quite get everything to fall. But the free throws were the major concern for me. Getting up there and getting those free points, you gotta connect on those.
18 of 21 free throw shooting for John Glenn, just 1 of 4 for Maysville. What about rebounding, Zach? What do we look like?
So looking at John Glenn right now, leading rebounder on the night. No surprise, Aubrey Larrick. She finishes the game with 11 rebounds. Going down the list, we've got 3 for Caveza, 4 for Winland, 1 for Zeminski, 4 for Barry, and 3 for Paisley, and 1 for Faith Hayes. Moving on over to the Maysville side, you've got 3 for Fulkerson, 2 for Scott, 5 for Chesney Carter, none for Gundelfinger, and then 4 for Bella Van Way and Sophie Dennis. Sophie Dennis was one of the ladies that was tasked with guarding Aubrey Larrick down there in the low post, and as you can see by her 11 rebounds to Sophie Dennis's and Bella Van Way's 4 apiece, Larrick really had her way down there on the glass.
Final scoring looks this way. Sophie Dennis, 0 of 2 from the line, did not score. Chesney Carter had 2 triples for 6 for Becca Scott. She had 2 twos, 1 of 2 from the line for 5. Bella Van Way also 2 field goals, 1 triple, 1 double. She had 5. Rachel Gundelfinger, 4 deuces, 2 triples, 14. And the leading scorer for the Lady Panthers was Miley Fulkerson with 5 doubles and 3 triples, 19 points. By the way, she is our player of the game for Maysville. She will receive the Lock 9 Pizza player of the game, so free pizza. Congratulations to Miley. Share it with your teammates, so I'm thinking. For John Glenn, Brinley Caveza had 2 field goals for 4. Aubrey Larrick, 3 field goals, 5 of 5 from the line, 11. Addison Paisley, a double and a triple for 5. Ava Windland off the bench had a basket for 2. For Elena Berry, 2 triples, 9 of 10 from the stripe for 15. And the leading scorer for the Lady Muskies was Riley Zemensky, 2 twos, 3 threes, 4 of 6 in the line for 17. And due to her presence really in that fourth quarter, we're going to give her the player of the game for Riley Zemensky and the Lady Muskies of John Glenn. So other candidates certainly were Elena Berry and Aubrey Larrick. John Glenn moves to 13-9 on the season. Maysville will drop to 15-6. Our great sponsors today have been Wakefield Dental, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter State Farm, People's Bank, West 40 Auto Sales, Surgeon Construction, WB Green Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, and Valentine Insurance. Again, thank you to Lock 9 Pizza for player of the game, and all season Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance have sponsored scoreboard updates. So, Zach, your final thoughts as we close out this one?
Great game. Great, like I said, great effort by Maysville tonight, or today. Keep wanting to say tonight. I'm not used to these afternoon games. Anyway, great, valiant effort by Maysville, just not quite enough to beat a very talented John Glenn girls basketball team. Great performances tonight by Riley Zemensky, Aubrey Larrick, and Elena Berry, all the senior leaders here for the team. But like I said, more of a younger team here for Maysville, so this will be a game that they can look back on and really draw some experience from in the near future, and hopefully have what it takes to bring it across the line and finish it strong.
All right, that's going to do it. But before we close out, our thanks to Josie Swartz running camera, our guy Bryce Haynes running the ops, making us sound better than we deserve, Zack Chrisman chiming in with his great thoughts. And again, we can tell you, final score 54-49, John Glenn over Maysville. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you down the road.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon. High School Basketball is a presentation of